Let's talk a little bit about a guy that's a free agent that has been attached to the Browns, most likely because of Ken Dorsey. Gabe Davis, a wide receiver.
Yeah, I mean, relentless worker. I don't think anybody works as hard as Gabe does. I think the problem that surfaced for him as far as this season and to a certain extent last season was the roller coaster of his production. He had 7 games last season where he had 1 or no catches. And that's not the description that you want for a number 2 receiver in your offense. So he's got to find a way to smooth out the peaks and valleys of his season to provide consistent production. And he really struggled with that this year. I don't know this for a fact, but I know he really worked to put muscle on his frame over the last year and a half. And he successfully did that, again, speaking to his work ethic. But I also think it slowed him down on the field. Like, it's almost like he was too muscular, and I think it compromised his separation ability. So I'm very interested to see what his approach is this offseason, knowing he has a chance to make money on a big contract, because there is enough production there in his body of work to warrant that. But I think he recognizes, I've got to find a way to get back to week consistency that really just flat out was not there this past season.
He's a guy that always seemed to come up big in big games, though. I mean, the big game Gabe is that. If
Right.
you look at it, there's some truth to that.
Yes, I mean, there are a lot of attractive qualities about his game. Will battle for the ball in contested situations and often win. Strong hands in that regard. I think some of his footwork along the sideline and the end line is among the best in the league. I think he wants to make his catch rate better. Now, you look at his career catch rate, and it's somewhere between 50 and 55%. I think he knows that has to be better. In fairness to him, a lot of the catches he was asked to make were low percentage throws deep down the field. So his number is going to be lower than, say, a slot receiver that works underneath a lot on high percentage throws that travel 10 yards in the air. This guy's tracking balls 40 yards down the field. So his catch rate is going to be lower, but I know he was not happy with that number, and I think he wants to make it better too. I think it's got to be up around 65% to be the kind of receiver he wants to be.
You mentioned his work ethic. How well received was he, as a teammate?
Very well received. I mean, he was a team captain last year, as a 24-year-old. I think that speaks to the respect he had on the roster. And like I said, I think it's rooted in his daily work ethic and, coming to the field every day in practice, whether it's week 2 or week 17, and bringing it every single day. And this was a guy that probably played outside of the offensive lineman and the quarterback, played more snaps on the field than anybody else on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, he's a guy that grinds. He can play hurt. But yeah, I mean, I think universally respected by the guys in that locker room.